3 system tricks that will boost your patient compliance. 7 out of 10 physical therapy patients walk away from treatment before they're truly ready to walk alone. Something is breaking down. In clinics across the country, carefully planned rehab journeys are being cut short. Patients who still need your help are disappearing from your schedule. The reason? Well, it's not what you think. It's not about pain, it's not about cost, it's not even about time. It's about understanding. When patients can't see the path ahead, they simply lose their way. But there's a solution, and it starts with something surprisingly simple. The bridge between expertise and excellence isn't just in our hands, it's in our words. Today, I'm going to show you how you can keep your patients engaged, committed, and confident in your plan of care. And we will do that through the power of education from a sales perspective. So how can we get better control over self-discharging patients? Well, the answer is one patient conversation at a time. So let's talk numbers, not just patient outcomes, but the impact on your practice's bottom line. As a practice owner, you're watching marketing metrics, new patient acquisition costs, cost per lead, conversion rates. There's a number that's costing you way more than what any marketing campaign could ever recover. Consider this. For every 100 new patients you bring in, 70 are walking away before completing their prescribed number of visits that have been authorized. So let's break that down to what this really means for your practice. Let's take this scenario. Practice sees 20 new patients per week and is reimbursed $100 a visit. I know the $100 a visit might be better than most, but it makes my math easier to understand. So 70% of 20 new patients per week would equal 14 new patients. Let's say of those 14 new patients, they self-discharge one visit early. You would lose about $1,400 per week or $72,800 per year. If your patients ducked out 2 visits early, simply double that figure. You may be investing thousands in marketing to attract patients, yet existing patients are silently slipping away. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has a hole in the bottom of it. But this isn't just about revenue. It's about building a sustainable practice that delivers real value. You want to achieve higher patient satisfaction, leading to more internal referrals, better outcomes to create stronger relationships with your referring physicians. You want to improve your staff satisfaction from seeing complete and successful discharges. And you'd like to enhance your reputation in the community and more predictably your revenue streams into your practice. The solution isn't spending more on marketing. It's maximizing the value of every patient who walks through the door. And it starts with something that you already have, your expertise. While other practices chase new patients with expensive marketing campaigns, what if you could grow your practice by drastically reducing self-discharge and know how to ask for and get happy patients to refer their friends and family? This isn't theoretical. It's happening in practices that have cracked the code on patient education. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how they're doing it. As a practice owner, I'm sure when you see declining visits, your instinct is to pump more effort and resources into your marketing. But before you invest another dollar in patient acquisition, let's examine why those hard-earned patients are leaving in the first place. The root cause isn't what most practice owners think. It's not about insurance coverage. It's not about competition from other practices nearby. It's not related to price sensitivity or scheduling conflicts. The real issue? It's a breakdown in understanding value. You see, your patient's education is revenue protection. Let me give it to you again. Patient education is revenue protection. Taking the time to educate your patient on the steps that they must follow in their rehab journey, along with getting their agreement to follow through on your plan of care, will save you thousands of dollars in marketing costs. Never assume that your patient shares your rehab goal. They just want you to get them out of pain. You can do so much more for them. They don't know that. You have to sell your plan of care and not just present it to the patient. You need to get them to want the end goal of your plan of care. Unfortunately, most clinicians never even discuss the rehab strategy with their patient beyond what they're going to do that day. There are 3 critical steps that I'd recommend that you focus on to greatly improve your patient's understanding of value. Step 1, every patient prior to their first visit must know why they're coming in and what you plan to accomplish on each visit. In order to do this, you must have taken a minute or 2 during their previous visit to enlighten them on where they stand and get them to see the value of the upcoming visit and what your plan is for them. Get them to see it and look forward to their next visit. If you've done this right, they are fully prepared for their next visit and can predict what will happen. Step 2, throughout the visit, you relate everything you do to your 4-phased approach to care. In step 3, you recap your visit. Okay, you kind of go over what you've accomplished, right? And you present what you intend to accomplish in the next visit so that they have predictions. So when they're coming back in again, they know what you're going to do. You see, it's 3 things. The patient needs to know the intended goal before the visit, before they walk in. Your patient needs to know how everything that you do connects to your 4 phases of care. And lastly, you should recap each visit by going over what was accomplished and get the patient anticipating their next visit. You see, what separates high-performing practice isn't just their clinical expertise. It's their ability to communicate a clear path to recovery. A simple to execute path to recovery is accomplished by walking your patients through your unique 4-phase approach to care. So, what are the 4 phases? Make them very simple, make them very easy to understand. I'm sure you can find your words to present each one of these phases. Phase 1, pain relief. Phase 2, mobility and flexibility. Phase 3, strength and stability. Phase 4, endurance and prevention. These 4 phases are logical. Any reasonable person who hears about these 4 phases of care would be nodding their head in agreement as you present them. Unfortunately, most clinicians present vague treatment goals with their patient on day 1, but they'll send specific goals and strategies to their physicians and to the insurance company. It's like the patient's insurance company might know more about the patient's goal and strategy than even your patient. So the result is 70% of patients will self-discharge. Their goal was pain relief. Your goal may not have been made clear to the patient. You have to sell your plan of care. So what kind of difference could it make if you actually implemented a 4-phase approach to care? It would offer an easy to understand recovery roadmap for the patient. It would give you a format to easily align every action that you take to each phase of the 4 phases of care and increase the patient's participation in their care. Patients can now see where you're taking their rehab. The result is you have less drop-offs due to self-discharge, and that drop-off rate can drop as low as 20%. Remember, you're not selling physical therapy. You're guiding patients through a proven recovery journey. The most successful practices are not necessarily one of the biggest marketing budgets. They're the ones that turn every patient into a success story through systematic education and following an easy-to-understand phase progression. See, little changes lead to massive success. It's not just our motto, it's a proven formula. Right now, we have 2 options. You can continue losing 70% of your patients before you're really done with them, or you can take 30 minutes and discover how small changes can transform your practice. So I'd like you to schedule a 30-minute strategy call with our team. On your strategy call, we will analyze your current patient retention rates and practice stress points. We'll identify your biggest revenue leaks, and we'll offer you at least 3 things on the call that you can do immediately to better your bottom line. Remember, practices that are massively successful didn't get there overnight. They started with little changes, just like this one. Your future starts with one small step. Click on the link in the bio and let's schedule a strategy call now.